Well, the idea for Gabe's Homes originated years before. I remember one day in 1996 praying about why do so few people, God, make it? And he spoke to me and he said, I keep sending them to you and you keep sending them away. My son Gabe, somewhere around the age of 19, he hurt his back and they gave him Oxycontin. That began his addiction cycle. He had 2.5 years sobriety. His life was moving in a forward direction, and for some reason he decided to go out one more time and died of a fentanyl overdose. About 1.5 years later, a dear friend of ours, a gentleman named Ross, and myself wanted to do something for his legacy and to help other people like him who are worthwhile people that just got lost in life, and be able to minister to them in a holistic way.
I was living on the street in Huntington, and then I had a friend that would come see me a lot, help us do some laundry or, just kind of take us to go get some food and talk. And then she helped me get into detox in San Clemente. And then from there, we found Gabe's Homes, and I was able to get into the men's house. I told her there's a woman's house.
The minute I walked in, I was like, I'm safe. Like, I could let my walls down, I could rest for a while, because we've been on the street for a minute and I was tired.
I've been in Gabe's Homes for almost 5 years. I came off the streets. I didn't believe in God. I was mad at the idea of God. But when I first walked through the door, it was awesome. I felt home.
Gabe's Homes is not just your normal sober living. It's a community base, and we work on bringing that family together. There's guys that have been straight out of prison that were able to be released into Gabe's Homes. There was a couple of them when I was manager that moved in, and they're still sober to this day.
There's such a huge disconnect from coming out of treatment and coming into the real world. Where is the hand that puts those two things together? And I found the church was it.
Going from recovery into the house of God, it oftentimes seems like there's a huge gap there, and they fall into that gap. What if we could move them close together, and they could be in a community that receives them and that's like them? So it's not only just a home that you're landing in, it's a home that you're being planted in with the idea of being transplanted back into real life.
The community, you find relationships with people because you relate to one another. But the accountability is like, hey, I'm struggling here. I need some help. And then now we bring it to light, and then now we check on each other day by day, week by week.
Our home is run in a way that we want to give you the best opportunity possible to give you a chance to really get your life together. And I say, if you can't do that here, then you're not going to do it anywhere.
Well, our recovery homes are generally different than most recovery homes. First of all, we don't make any money. We do counseling. We have a therapist that comes in, does groups. The church is very involved in the homes. They come to our services. They come to our groups.
Not only am I coming up on 5 years, I found a sponsor who I cherish and love. I have a relationship with my daughter, which she's 30-some years old. I have 3 grandchildren now that I get to be with. I do have that relationship with God. I pray every day. I have friends today, which even before I never really had friends,
Well, we've got 2 kids that are amazing, blessing that we would have never had, nor did we think it would be that amazing,
Gabe's home is way different from any place I've ever been, and that's just because of the community. I think the more jacked up you are, the more people love you here, which is hard to find because, coming in, we were really messed up.
And that's what Gabe's Homes really is about. It's helping people find their purpose and their reason, and a reason to live a clean life and a purpose-filled life rather than just surviving.